The installation of an Avaire tile floor is much simpler than traditional tile. Today, we're going to show you some tips that make it even easier. Joe?
Now when snapping the tile together, use a white-headed rubber mallet. You want to put your tile in place, and it's really more of a tapping than a hitting. Tap one side, tap the other. It's that easy. Okay, when removing the tabs, you turn the tile completely upside down, lay it perfectly flat, and then using your white-headed rubber mallet, just clip the edge, and it pops the tabs right off. There's going to be a couple different reasons you need to remove the tabs. Say on a starter wall, you'll want to remove the tabs, put your spacer in, and then push your tile up against it. So also with tile replacement, you're going to need to remove the tabs, and it really is as easy as just clipping the edge of them, and they pop right off. Always remember to pick up your excess tabs. We don't want these getting underneath the floor. Now for cutting our tile, you don't necessarily have to use a wet saw. You can use a tile breaker for all your straight pieces and an angle grinder for curved pieces and L pieces. With this piece, it's a straight piece, so we're going to use a tile snapper. You score the tile, then gradually press on it till it snaps. Then, one of our tips is to pry the tile between the two bars. Pry that open enough to where you can get your utility knife into the plastic tray. Using the tile as a guide, score it a couple times. There you go. Now during the grouting process, you want to make sure you fill your bucket all the way to the top, about 3-4 inches from the top. That way you're just using that upper crust of water and you don't need to clean your bucket out as often. The reason being, if this was only half full, every time I'd put my sponge in there, I'd be mixing up that sediment from the bottom. Having a full bucket, that way we just can use that clean water on the top of the surface. When grouting, you want to do 6 to 12 square feet before wiping. Once you've done that section, you want to wipe it and do your final wipe, and then move on to the next section.
We hope the tips we've just shown you make it even easier for you to install your Avaire tile floor. If you have additional questions, contact customer service.